Hello and welcome back. So guys, in this lecture, we're going to talk about the app.js mainly. We discussed about the structure, we discussed what part did what and does what and will do what. Anyway, I'm now talking about the app.js. So it has a lot of parts. Let's just talk about the index.js again. It's actually importing things and then rendering things. By now we have nothing more than that, just the app. So we're rendering the app. But if we go to the app.js, here you can see that many things available, almost 28 lines of code we can see here, or 26 lines because there are two plain spaces. Anyway, I'm saving it now. It starts from importing. Okay, this app.js is a simple file which has the React imported. So after this importing of React, it's now working. Now you must be asking that from where we are importing the React. So absolutely we're importing things from the node modules. So there is no hidden sign that from where we are picking the data and how this is happening anyway. Then the second thing after this React, which we are getting imported from the node modules, the second thing is the logo, which is coming from the logo.svg. okay, so if we go to this svg file, this is getting picked and it is coming here. So if you want to apply something like that, you just need to follow this structure. Anyway, if you notice one thing here, we are using the .svg format, but in some ways you would notice that, for example, here we won't use that. Anyway, I'll tell you, no problem. The third thing is we are importing the app.css. okay, but you can see that one dot and a slash, that means actually we are importing it from the same folder. This is the app.js and this is the app.css and this is the logo.svg. So we are using a period and a slash. So that means we are actually calling something from the same component. Anyway, then we are making a function called app. And then we are exporting the default app. What is the mean of the exporting? When we would have multiple items, we won't export every single component as the default, because it is the default one. This is the main app.js, like the home page or something. So this is the default component we are exporting. This function is not just a function, it's a component. So anyway, I'm gonna delete that and I'm gonna make things again. But in the function, you should notice one more thing, that there is a return, and return has two parentheses. There is one more way we can choose, but by now we are choosing this way. Anyway, the third thing you would notice inside the coding, it's not a coding, it's the kind of texting. If you notice, this is ultimately a .js file. Then how the HTML inside has no double quotes. If you want to write HTML inside any programming language, you use this way. I'm just giving you an example like that. Okay, so this is the way to write the HTML coding, but this is not a right way because I'm gonna delete that. This is ultimately the right way to write it, because it is not the string, because HTML considered to be string for the coding. Okay, so this is not the strings, but this is neither the HTML. This is the JSX. So that's pretty cool. Okay, we are going to talk about the JSX later too, because it's important. There are some codes, even the JSX follows. If you notice here, to add the logo, we didn't here directly added something like here the linking or the path. We just added a variable. This is a kind of variable. We've used here. We saved this logo.svg inside this logo variable, and by using the curly braces inside the JSX, we can even write the complete JavaScript. If you even want to add some arithmetic operations, you can do by this. We're going to talk about the JSX later, but by now I'm going to delete all this so you would understand how you can make one for your own. I'm first of all going to import the React from React, and then here I need to add the semicolon. I was working on a language where I didn't need to use the semicolon. I was working on a Go language actually previously, so it is kind of confusing because many different languages has different ways. Anyways, I'm gonna go down and I'm saving it up. Okay, and you can see that it's a little dull. Because why it's dull? Because we declared the React, but we still not using that, so it is just the sign that we didn't use it. It's dull in the writing.